this is your time to double down. This is the time where people are sitting on their phones looking for something. So if you're providing a service that you know you can help other people, this is the time to double down. Welcome everybody to Success After Dark podcast. We are at episode 2, my friends, my family. I'm here with my co-host, my brother Vlad, and my brother Armin. And today's episode is going to be
interesting one.
An interesting one.
I hope so. So we're talking about, what are we talking about?
We're going to cover a couple topics today. I think we're going to talk about the state of the world today, the recession. We're going to talk a little bit about... The world's crazy today. We're going to talk about the recession. We're going to talk about how to benefit a recession, how to capitalize. Because the recessions create the most wealth in history. There's been a number of recessions in the past couple centuries, and a lot of good things have come out and a lot of bad things have come out. And we're going to talk about the good and how to put yourself in the right place at the right time. And we're talking a little bit about money, a little bit about relationships, a little bit about balancing life when things get busy. So let's get into it.
Let's knock this out. Let's start with the recession. No? What's happening today, man? Armin, I know you're into like trading, deep understanding the recession. So what's happening in the world, bro? What's people hear recession, inflation, plus, minus. You know, some people don't even understand what the recession looks like.
So recession is basically when the government loses control over everything they have. Well, if you pay attention, stock market is going to
backwards,
down. Let's say. Yeah. The forex market, the U.S. dollar is at all-time highs right now. It passed euro. Yeah. Over 20
For the first time in history, the dollar, the euro, and the pound, all the same. Yeah. That's nuts.
Now,
I think the first time in like 25 years.
Really?
Oh, sorry. The three?
The three together.
Yes.
Yeah, the three together. The first time in history.
Last time Euro and USD was like 20, 25 years, but all three, The Spider-Man meme where they're all...
the Spider-Man meme.
You said that, right? Yeah. So, government loses control. They keep printing money. Yeah. Like, the printers are on all the time.
They had a party for too long, basically.
Yeah.
So what? So is the stat true? It says almost 40% of the US dollar was printed in the past 16 months.
It's actually 50%.
50%, 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
In the past 2 years.
So we're just printing money.
Yeah. Because they came out in the COVID times. They gave out all these free money. They thought Uncle Sam is giving all these free money to the guys, right? And then they took the student debts back. They're like, you don't have to pay us. Yeah. And people think it's a don't pay me situation. It's not like that. It's like, don't pay me now, pay me more later. It's that situation right now. Interest rates are going high. Yeah. Shrinkflation is happening. This is basically what it is. You used to buy, 4 years ago, you bought $1 million house. Yeah. You started paying $3,000 in mortgage. Yeah. Now you're buying a $700,000 house. You're paying $5,000 in mortgage.
Wow.
And I asked this question in the chat in one of our sessions, our trading sessions. How much money do you think you actually need to be able to survive right now? Yeah. Monthly.
What was the number?
So let's say you have mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Bad mortgage, $2,500.
Yeah.
You need 2 different insurances, one federal, one state insurance. Yeah. So that adds $500.
Okay.
You have a car, gas, insurance to that as well. So right now, we came up with the number $7K just to survive. $7K a month.
Well, what's the percentage of you're talking about the states, right?
Yeah, states.
So in the states, what's the percentage of people that are making $7,000 a month?
It's actually not that high.
There's no way it's over 30%.
Yeah, because the problem is they're trying to give you a raise as well, right? So they're like, inflation is up 10%.
For how much is the raise are they going to give you?
Rakan, you get, let's say, $2,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
Inflation is going up 10%.
Yeah.
I give you 0.5% raise. And I'm like, you know what? You should be good now.
So how did that make sense to them?
It does not. That's why the economy is collapsing right now.
They're printing, so 50% of the cash supply has gone up, and your raise only went up 1-2%.
Exactly.
It makes 0 sense. No one's catching up to that. Yeah. There's a word that starts with F. Fucked. That's what is basically going on right now. And we're just starting to feel the effects, by the way.
Yeah.
And
I feel like we haven't felt it yet.
No, the markets will show it first. the major ones, crypto, stocks, and then real estate's going to come follow. And it's going to be interesting times.
Well, US 30, which is the 30 of the biggest companies in the States.
The Dow Jones
worldwide,
index,
the Dow Jones is down. So last week, it was down with 26,000 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what would be a solution?
Well, I think people are not educated enough yet to understand how to make money from this. Because the market is going down. The US dollar is losing its value right now. You can't do the same things as you're doing. So what do? You go back to gold. Gold was the safe haven, right?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You don't think gold is safe haven
Gold
no
is
more?
not the safe haven no more.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting fact, they have a video of the Prime Minister speaking in, the President speaking in 1977.
Yeah.
In 1977, what they're doing to crypto right now, and if you guys don't know what they're doing for this viewers, they're trying to ban it, put legal regulations, this, that. They want hands on the crypto, right? They want control on it. They did the same thing with gold in 1977. I shared it in my story. The individual goes down and they're like, we are banning gold trade. So you cannot change your US dollar to gold. They banned it, brother, for a year in 1977.
Wow.
Just to make sure US dollar keeps
stronger.
its value.
Yeah, because in the early 70s, they took the gold standard. They took the dollar off the gold standard. Yeah. Before the 1970s, every US dollar matched a brick of gold in the bank. So the government couldn't print cash without it being backed by gold. Gold standard getting taken away. Now the government started a party. They're like, let's just print cash, put it here, stimulus check, this, that. Let's pay everyone's debt, and no gold to back it. And
okay, so what would be a solution right now? So I'm watching this right now, and I have no clue where to start. What's the best industries that somebody can get in?
Online business, 150%. Any form of online business, something you can control everything at all times.
Why? I agree with you. Why would you say online business versus a traditional business? Let's say why would I start an online business in a recession as opposed to starting a brick and mortar business? Let's say I want to open up a shop.
Anything that goes in government will affect that. Inflation, 100% will affect that. Shrinkflation will affect that. Interest rates in housing and so on will affect that.
I agree.
Rent prices will affect that.
I agree. I think just the consumers are all going online nowadays. I think the most views are COVID helped us dramatically. People are working from home. People are don't like traffic. People don't like going outside. Everyone's online shopping. You look how big Amazon has gotten. It just makes sense as the perfect storm.
It's crazy how big Amazon got big,
and how many doubters they had back then.
So much.
Why would I want to buy this online? I hate online. People hated online shopping back then.
So
that's all they do.
So an online business, what's the there's so many forms of it. That's the issue. Where to start? Like somebody's watching this right now. It's like, okay, where do I go that is a form that I can to start an online business? Because you can Google online business. There's a billion business out there.
That's why I encourage anybody in public to find an individual who knows what they're doing, knows what they're doing, and follow them.
So find somebody.
That guy.
So find somebody that has what you want, that has some form of anything online, right? And you can follow them. And I'm guessing there's so many options. There's drop shipping, e-commerce,
Amazon FBA, drop shipping,
trading,
affiliate marketing, network
marketing.
A lot.
What else?
Tons.
There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Yeah.
Social media marketing nowadays.
Yes.
There's so many things. Because look, I truly believe in recession. Like, let's say you're a business owner already and you have a business already. This is your time to double down. This is the time where people are sitting on their phones looking for something. So if you're providing a service that you can help other people, this is the time to double down. This is the time to understand social media. And I just think, listen, social media has changed my life. And I was never a social media guy. I started my following with 100 followers, and they were friends and family. When I started posting, everybody called me stupid.
You started Instagram with 100 followers? I started with 0.
Yeah, we all started with 0. Oh. You're slick. He's literally white. He's literally from Canada, bro.
This is some Canadian jokes, bro.
This guy.
question for you, Rakan. Let's say recession's here.
Yeah.
Traditional business, the risk right now to open a traditional business, and you have both.
So high.
An online business and a traditional business.
Yes.
Borrowing money from the government now to open a traditional business is more expensive than ever. That's what
true.
recessions do. Interest rates are higher.
True.
You want to borrow money, you want to borrow 50K, 100K, because it takes 6 figures, at minimum 5 figures, and north of 6 figures to actually open a traditional business.
And you don't know.
And you don't know.
You
don't know when you're going to profit.
The risk are
you don't
so
know
much
when
higher.
you're going to. You don't even know when you're going to break even.
Yeah.
You don't know when you're going to profit. And when you do profit, you're not rich in the first couple of years.
No, it's not.
And you're paying back the government high interest fees if you don't have the money to start, as opposed to an online business, especially an affiliate marketing or network marketing, where you start with a low, you can start with hundreds of dollars, and you get access to mentorship. You already have a full suite of products that you can refer people to. The back end is covered. You don't have to pay for shipping. You don't need inventory. You don't need to stash your garage.
Yeah, that is so true, man. Man, let's talk about this. You have no downside.
Very little. The only downside you have is just your time, like your sweat equity.
But
other than $100, you're just putting your time in.
But isn't the same thing with a brick and mortar business? What, you're not going to be there 24/7?
It's worse. It's worse.
By your majority of the time, you want to save up some money and not have employees. You're going to be there 20. I know owners of companies. They open up and they close every day, 7 days a week.
It's crazy.
And people still look at online businesses and feel like, yo, this is not a thing.
I hear this all the time. Oh, everybody's doing it.
But what's everybody, though? There's 7 billion people on Earth. Do you think 7 billion people are opening up online businesses? Of course not. Because there's so many people that are still stuck in the old ways.
100%.
There's so many people.
But a lot of people are waking up, brother.
But which is good, by the way. But guess what? You come from two sides. There's an abundance mentality and there's a non-abundance mentality. A scarcity mentality. If I'm going into a scarcity mentality, I'll be like, oh, well, everybody's doing it. Well, my friend, why are people opening up restaurants every single day? Well, there's a restaurant every other corner. Why are people opening hotels every single day? There's a hotel every other corner. Why are people opening gas stations? There's a gas station every other corner. But on the online business, you don't need a lot of people to make a 6-figure income. You don't. You need an X amount of people to buy X amount of products. So if you have a good product with some value in it that you can show other people, a 6-figure income is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. And then if you want to scale that up, that's a choice you can have.
I like that. I want to touch up on that. Rakan, give the audience 2 skills you think you need in the recession. Most important to get from 0 to 6 figures. 2 skills. And I'm talking any skills in the world.
I won't even blink sales and marketing.
I
won't even
So we're not talking about there's not laying bricks. We're not talking about like hands-on stuff. Sales and marketing.
If you know how to market yourself, you know how to market your brand, and you know how to sell, how to influence people, you can get whatever money you want in the markets.
Okay. What about 6 to 7 figures? What's another skill you need?
A
year income.
I truly believe the only way you scale that 7-figure business is you have a team. You need leadership.
Yes.
So 0 to 6, sales and marketing, really good sales and marketing. Of course, some influence. 6 to 7, leadership. And you know what the issue is, and this is, I feel like it's lost nowadays. The new generation doesn't understand that leadership. First of all, if you don't stand, if you don't take a stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And in this new generation, we are doomed, like we're looked upon like bad people if we stand for something. Oh, they're too much. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. But the reality is, if I don't stand for what I am, right, and for what I represent, I'll fall for anything. Right, so I see many business owners. So many online. Here's the problem with online business ownership. In, out.
100%.
In, out. But you can't do this in a brick and mortar business, and you can't do this. You already paid $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. You're gonna stress yourself a little bit, right? A lot of these online businesses. Entrepreneur, they come in, one bad person that tells you, oh, this XXX, they quit their business, they get into the fields. You think Apple easy in their fields when they have bad reviews? Of course not. But they work on enhancing themselves. There's enough people in the world, to get your product out there. Scarcity mindset versus abundant mindset, always.
Some major players had bad decades.
Yeah.
And you're right. A lot of people start an online business, whether they're creating their own product or they're using someone else's products. They get one bad week, one bad month, one person that doesn't know anything about online business talking about their online business, and they shy away because they only paid couple $100 to start it.
That's actually true, bro. A big reason is because they paid the couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you paid the $50K, you borrowed money. You got sweat in the game now.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes, you got skin in the game, and you're gonna pay. You got to pay to play. You're gonna do something about it. You know.
So to recap, find somebody that has an online business, follow them, get into their. Let's talk about mentorships. This is a good subject. Listen, Vlad, I'll tell you this. I have paid over $100,000 or $200,000 in mentorships and masterminds.
Literally.
Why?
I know the perfect answer for that. So you guys know Ty Lopez?
Yeah.
Knowledge. Book of knowledge.
First of all,
yeah.
I love that. That was the reason why I started my career, is because I saw one course of him. He had one course that I couldn't, all his courses I couldn't afford. One course, it was called the 67 Steps to Transform Your Life, or something like that, for 67 days. I bought that course for $67, and that course has changed my life. Yeah. That's what led me to trading and online business. Yeah. Main reason.
It's true. Here, I'll answer the question for you. I'll start off with this. A lot of people have the stigma that online coaches and online mentors, they're selling things just to make money.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's twofold. A lot of these guys know what they're talking about, and if you never try it, you'll never get there. And if you have that mindset where if you have that mindset for the rest of your life, you're gonna stay the same way the rest of your life. For you. And it's gonna be tough because the right information can change your situation, and if having the right mentor can save you years of mistakes.
Yeah.
And give you the massive head start.
Yeah.
And Rakan's 26, but he knows things. He's achieved things that 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds haven't because of the right mentors from 40 and 50-year-olds that have done it already. And you just follow in their footsteps. I'm not saying every mentor is a good mentor.
Yeah.
There's bad mentors and good mentors. But you have to have multiple to see what fits, what works for you, and what path to follow. Whether it's business, whether it's finances, relationships. There's mentors and all coaches in all sorts of areas.
I agree.
And you find what works for you, and you make it happen. Armin, you got something to say?
Yeah, because right now we are in the marketplace of mentorships. There's a lot of mentors, a lot of gurus, and so on. And here's what I see happening with a lot of individuals. They look at that person's account. They see these shiny watches. They see the cars, and they're like, "This person is about to show off." So
nice watch, by the way.
Thank you. Straight away, they start throwing hate on them.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? No, there's something sketchy about this person.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. If you're talking about the musical industry, right? Yeah. You see a new artist coming up. What do we do usually? You go listen to their songs.
Yeah.
You try to give them a big up. You're like, nice, it's going to work. Let's go. We do the exact opposite when it comes down to trading and business. Instead of going seeing what they have done so far, what they have, if it's real, if it's not, right away, we think there's something sketchy about them, and it throws a lot of people off.
100%.
I agree, but I feel like people are afraid of failing, and I did a YouTube video on failure and the benefits of failure. And what people don't understand, that we're programmed to be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
And it really works backwards, because when you're born and throughout your life, you don't fail. In school, you don't fail. High school, you don't fail. Going to university, you don't fail. Getting a job, you don't fail. You don't want to fail ever. The problem is in entrepreneurship, it's backwards. You need to fail for you to be able to go to the next level.
It's failing forward.
Right? And people they have this bad misconception about failure, and because they have this bad misconception about failure, they never fail and they never get anywhere. So when they look at these mentors, I feel like it's their insecurity speaking about them failing. And I just truly believe the mind is such a powerful source. And when you know how to tap into your mind and knowing when to block certain things, that's when it starts working for your benefit. Because your mind is old. The programming is, older programming. It's designed to make you, or to keep you safe. So when it's designed to keep you safe, no risk in the world will keep you safe.
Naturally, you're going to try to avoid risk.
Yeah.
Naturally, subconsciously.
Exactly.
Yeah. Especially in school, you're programmed not to fail. You're programmed to take the safe
route.
Yeah. You're literally, you have to, as an 18-year-old in grade 12, you have to raise your hand and ask the teacher to go to the bathroom. I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy how you have to do it in grade 12. And then how are you supposed to start your own business?
Man, I was
an adult at that point.
Bro, that's a really good point.
How are you going to ask?
That's a really good point.
Yeah. I talked about this. You're asking the teacher to go to the washroom. You're a grown man at 18.
Man,
how are you supposed to start your own business?
I never
after high school.
We just ran out, bro.
Rakan was the type of kid that you had to.
They hated.
Did you guys do attendance? You had attendance. So
I was never there.
Rakan took attendance to the office and then came back at graduation. He just came back when it was time to graduate.
I'll tell you guys a story. I'll never forget, man. So you know how you had to do the SAT courses, right? So, I was doing SATs for me to come to Canada. And my dad was paying for extra curriculum school, right, for SATs. And, he made a mistake of giving me the money, right, to actually go pay the teacher. First month I went, I'm like, this is easy. There's no need for me to pay.
I can study by myself.
I can study by myself. And for the next 4 months, my dad was paying for 2 extra tutors, and it was going right to my pocket. One time, I just don't I don't go to school, right? So he calls me, he's like, where are you? I'm like, you want the real answer? He's like, yes. I'm like, I'm at a shisha bar. He's like, you have 10 minutes to be at school. I'm like, oh my God, my dad is at school. They called him, whatever. So I get to school, and prior to that, I changed my dad's number on the system to my own number. So whenever they call my dad, they call me. Now, by accident, I did not know that one of them is his friends. So he called him from his cell phone, right? And my dad shows up. He looks at the phone number. He's like, "This is Rakan's phone number. This is not even my phone number." By accident, the SAT teacher walks past the office. Like, "Hey, how are you guys?
I haven't seen you in 2 months.
I haven't seen your kid in 3 months." So my dad, I'm in front of my dad. And I had no response. My dad just looked at me like,
nice.
Nice. Man, the problem is with high school, and it sets you up for failure. I truly believe high school sets you, for entrepreneurs, sets you up for failure. It sets you up to be just a bad
Did you ever have a business class in high school?
No. Well, yeah.
I had business teachers in both university and high school that never owned the business. Never owned a business, online business, traditional business. Yeah. And we're making less than 6 figures a year. So you're looking at mentors. The thing about mentors is you find someone that has what you want and you work with them. But how are you supposed to, follow a teacher, really listen and take in what a teacher's saying that hasn't done it yet?
Bro, I swear to God, I had the same question every
It goes
single
for it goes for everything in life. How are you going to talk to a dating coach who's been divorced 4 times? How are you going to, if you go to a gym and your personal trainer is
fat,
it goes for everything. How are you going to listen to a teacher who's never done it? Or at least has never taught someone else to be successful?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not every teacher has to be a millionaire, but every teacher should at least have some sort of track record.
Sure.
I think if you're talking about business and you have no businesses, you can't just teach me how to become a businessman.
Yeah.
Vlad,
what's up?
Did you finish high school, bro? In good terms, in your own way?
Yeah. I was a very good student.
Oh. Did you cheat?
You were?
I was a very.
Wow.
But you know what? The older I was getting, the more I realized that, listen, I was questioning the system.
Were you a nerd?
Yeah. If you knew me back then, I was, but I balanced everything really well.
Question.
Yeah.
Did you allow other kids to cheat from you?
Sometimes.
No way, bro.
Bro, no way.
You look like
the guy
that would never.
That would never.
No, I had a team.
I hated people like you.
I had leverage. I had a team.
Leverage.
I had a
Nice,
team.
nice,
We had a team.
nice, nice.
But I honestly,
team of
I didn't
nerds?
really- yeah, well, I was friends with.
I had a
was
team
friends
of
with a lot
ghetto,
I was
bro.
friends with. I was friends with a lot of groups. Every group had a special,
Nice.
we had a special transactions, and the nerds we'd always help each other out. And I played the pieces really well, and I balanced. We'll talk about balancing life in a bit, but I balanced things really well in high school. I ended off grade 12 with not the best grades, good enough to get into engineering school, but I was questioning the system so long, and from grade 9 to grade 12, I was on a downtrend because I started realizing the same thing. These teachers don't have the life that I want. What am I really listening to? And, my parents kept pushing school down my throat, but I was looking at my parents, and with all due respect, love them. Mom has 2 degrees, dad has a degree, and they work so hard. But I didn't want to be in the same situation they're in their 50s because I knew I needed to help them in another way. I knew I had something else that I had to do. And school was a stepping stone, but it wasn't the final destination.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And guys, education, we'll give you a quick story. Henry Ford, 1904, started the school system. He's the owner of Ford Motors, and he began the school system to create employees, not entrepreneurs. Yeah. He wanted doers, not thinkers. And the school system hasn't changed much in 100 years.
But so when was the date? Sorry?
1904, I believe. Early 1900s.
Imagine this man comes back.
Yeah.
Comes back.
He'll look, he'll be like, you guys still have the same shit?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Everything's the same?
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah, nothing's changed. They maybe they use like some
different slides.
Now they got slideshows. Yeah, they got
The slideshows got
Microsoft
better.
is here now.
They're enhancing.
But it's the same thing. The school doesn't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. School doesn't teach you how to think. They teach you how to do. They teach you how to follow instructions.
So,
Rakan, did you finish high school in
I was a good
the
cheater,
right way?
man.
I was a good cheater.
I was a really good cheater.
He had the
I
most leverage.
Yes. I had a business from that. So, Vlad was there at the event. So I shared the story at the event that was my. Recently I realized that like the online business was not my first business. I've had a business, but I didn't realize it was a business. But I made money from it from grade 12. So how I discovered this business is, one day, I saw one of the guys have a cheat sheet. Small cheat sheet, right? I'm like, oh, very smart. He just wrote down the answers and things, and he cheated. I'm like, okay, I can do this at home, right? So my dad had this big printer, expensive for his AutoCAD stuff. So and I knew how to work out the computer. So when everybody look left, look right, nobody's here. Quick, right? And I'll write down and I'll print it in such a small, right? And I'll print it both sides, so I can have one. So one paper was equal to two chapters, right? And I'd have papers for different chapters depending on the exam. And one time one of my boys like, and he was in a different class, right? And he's like, can you do one for me? Like, yeah, just send it to me. I'll print it. So the entire final couple weeks, I was not busy studying. I was busy
providing
business
service to others.
And service to others. Right? And I charged them, and not even crazy money. It was cheap money. But to me, it was wild because I wasn't spending no money. It was my dad's printer. Everything was my dad's, And I made some money in high school, man. I really made some money. And because I've served a lot of people, by default, they were allowing me to cheat, right? And that's how high school was an interesting. I was good at sports, man. That's all.
Same thing, bro.
Like I was just good at sports, and people liked me for just being good in sports.
Armin, what about you? Armin likes to ask us the questions.
I've told you guys.
I want to hear that.
You see this, right?
Yeah.
This card, you see this?
Yeah.
I cut this to come to Canada. You know this? To do my math exam.
You cut yourself to do a math exam?
I'll tell you guys the story.
Quick. I want to hear that.
So we had a classroom, right?
Yeah.
There was a washroom next to the classroom.
Okay.
We knew the test was going to be done in this. And we have one teacher, bro. Musahid Tin Hoja. Like we used to call him the teacher, right? Bro, this guy, something flies, he will notice.
Damn.
He's that good. So there is no way of you cheating. Even the best kids can't cheat. Like none of these guys. So I'm like, we have to find a way, bro. Bro, what I do, the night before the test, I break the washroom window. And I tell the kids, I'm like, guys, this is where I'm going to give you guys the paper. They're like, bro, how are you going to do it? There's no way. Samit Tinoja will never let this happen. This, that. I'm like, don't worry. So the washroom is there. And this teacher, bro, before exam, before I give you guys the paper, you guys are stressed. You want to go washroom? Go now.
Go now.
I don't go. I sit down. I'm like, and you cannot have any paper under the paper, right?
Yeah.
So if I have nothing, it will show. Like, he'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And math exam is like 11 pages. To come to Canada. This is to come to Canada.
Oh, okay.
Bro, I sit down. I turn the pen aside. I take the metal product and I just cop myself. I just cop, bro. And then I see a lot of blood. I'm like, oh, this is too much now. And I'm I cut. He's like, okay, go. And then he turns away. I take some of the papers out of the thing because it was stamped, right?
Yeah.
I take it off. I go to the window. I give the kids. I wash my hand. Come back. I'm shaking. Like, my heart is shaking so hard, bro. And a lot of it was multiple choices, right?
Yeah.
So the kids knew the answers already. I did some. And I'm like, bleeding again. One last time. He's like, he has to say go, right? He cannot just tell me. I go. I take the paper. I give that back. I have to go one last time. I go one last time. I come back, bro. My heart is beating the way it has never beat in my life, bro. I come back. I give the paper. I pass.
Bloody paper.
That's how they accepted me to Canada, bro. If I
everything happens for a
didn't
reason.
pass that, there was no way.
Everything
and
happens
you
for a
know,
reason.
That's nuts, man.
the manager of the school knew this, bro. Manager of the school called me. She's like, Armin, this is not you. I know this.
Whispered in his ear.
Bro, I swear to God, I looked at her eyes. I put the game face on. I'm like, I have to go for my family.
It's true.
There is no other way. I either go or I kill myself. If I kill myself, it's you. Bro, I said this like really seriously. I'm like, if I kill myself tonight, you're the reason. Right away, she was like, oh, no, don't worry. It's okay. We'll talk about this later, this, that. She let it slide. So thank you.
That was the first time you copy-paste profit, huh?
Copy-paste profit. So let's talk about this.
Not
So
me,
people understand. So, Khabib, if you guys don't know who that is, he's
Khabib Nurmagomedov,
a UFC,
the greatest ever.
the greatest ever UFC fighter.
Armin's long-lost brother.
Yes, absolutely.
From the north.
He has this, gif on everywhere, pretty much. He just says, "Not me,
God.
It's him.
God
It's
give me everything.
God give me everything." So every time we have something success or something, that we overcame success after dark, we just say,
Brother, anything I look at in my life, I'm just like, this is not a counsel. Like, this is not planned. Like,
this is God.
Yeah,
this is
100%.
Yeah.
Every small detail, like that one incident, like you wouldn't be sitting here right now.
No,
If it weren't for that window, if it weren't for that multiple choice, if it weren't for that teacher, if it weren't for that, crazy. Rakan, you have something to say?
So we talked about recession.
Yeah.
We talked about online
business, capital recession,
capitalizing.
The skills you need. Let's
need.
talk about the markets in the recession. How do you capitalize on the markets? There's a couple ways. Armin, by the way, is I would call him an expert in the markets.
Absolutely.
Is dedicated hours and hours and hours in the markets. So he can talk a little bit about that. How does somebody, let's say I'm a beginner, let's say I don't know anything about the markets, but I know there's money to be made, but I'm scared, I'm skeptical, I don't know. I see a lot of online gurus. I don't know what to do. What do I do?
It comes back to the same thing, man. Number one, you have to find someone and follow them, bro. It's impossible for you to get lost on the internet and figure it out. I promise you guys.
We've tried it. We did YouTube.
I have done this before.
Yeah.
You have to find someone.
I was just saying, Armin's the type of guy to try everything for free first.
Yeah.
So if he tells you this is the real deal, sometimes you got to pay to play, man.
Yeah.
You have to play to play.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you something. A lot of people, unbiased, we're part of a platform that does trading and investing. And a lot of people say, oh, well, if you guys make so much money trading and investing, why are you affiliates? Why do you sell this stuff? The best traders in the world, Armin, you'll know this, they make 10% a month. If that's the best of the best. So if you're looking at an average person coming in during a recession with a couple $100 to trade with, what's 10% of that?
Yeah.
Let's say I got let's say I got $500 to put it in a trading account, and I'm following the best traders, which we have. At $50 of $500, why not take that trading income and I could supplement it with an online business where I can be an affiliate and I can share the platform with other people. I can take that cash flow and I can put it back in a trading account so we can see six-figure accounts like we see, seven-figure accounts like we see. It just makes so much sense.
It does make so much sense. So, you guys know there's a rule of 72. And I think we'll have a whole episode on money.
On money, yeah.
But I would love to kind of talk about this in specifics right now. There's a rule of 70 money, and it tells you if you get 10% every 7 years, you double your money. Right, and the rule 72 is really powerful because many people don't understand this.
So 10% a year for 7 years.
10% a year for 7 years compounded. That's you double your money. Yeah. You have $100. It's $200. Now let's talk about the best traders in the world are making 10% a month. So you're over doubling every year. And look, there's good things and bad things that happen with technology. With technology and with us evolving, now people have access to being able to to learn from good educators and to be able to invest in their softwares, right? We I've used a lot of software, AI softwares that trading for me that are averaging way more than 10% a year, right? And especially in a bad time with crypto right now, crypto is down almost 80%. So I know for a fact that if the rule of 72 applies on 10% a year, on the episode of money, I'll show the table and what happens in 10 years and 20 years and 30 years and 40 years. A lot of people don't understand that because I've had people talking about, well, what's 10% a month? What they don't understand is so powerful, man. 100%. People are killing to get 10% a year, let alone getting 10% a month. It's just people don't understand the money concepts, and when they understand how money works, and I've said this before, money's a game. Money is an absolute game. Once you understand how to play the game, even if you start learning how to trade and start averaging over 10% a month, when you play the long-term game, is this happening? I shared this in the first episode, and I said, that guy that showed me $1 million in his account, in his trading account, and he was like 33 years old. I knew, I'm like, this is crazy, and he played the compounding game. That's all he did. He kept playing the compounding. He kept playing the compounding. He kept playing the compound game up until, at 30, and he started at 18, at 32, 33, over $1.3 million in his trading account. Imagine getting 10% of that a year. Yeah. You're talking about $100,000 a year.
That's when you feel it, yeah.
Now imagine if this guy's getting 50% a year.
Yeah.
That's $500,000 a year, bro. Just people don't play the long-term game. And I remember when I got started in trading, I said, in 10 years, I want to make $1 million. So I came in with the right mindset. Many people, they want to come in and make $1 million the first year.
Yeah. We hear it all the time. And we'll look inside and outside. A lot of the marketing industry and the trading industry, there's a fallacy that it's a get rich quick.
Yeah.
And it's not a get rich quick. It takes hours and hours of expertise and knowledge from the trading aspect. Yeah. And then you coming in, if you only have a couple $100, you have to understand that the best traders in the world make 10% in a month. Yeah. And you're following perfect risk management. You're putting everything aside. You have to understand that, look, this is a long-term game, and all of us inside out here got to do the best job we can to set the right expectations for anybody coming into this world. Yeah. Because and I'll tell you guys right now, at a recession, it's the best time to get into the markets. Whether you want to follow a mentor or you want to do it yourself, make sure you educate yourself, because right now in the next 6 months, 12 months is going to be a perfect time to get into the markets. Everything is on sale.
I'm sitting on liquid cash, man, waiting.
Exactly.
Waiting. Cannot wait.
Where is it?
Look, here's the and here I was talking. I had a training today, and I was talking about this, and I told people, I'm like, people at a certain income in life start looking for way too much opportunities. I tell people, there's a book called The One Thing. That book has changed my life. It said, focus on one thing until you make it sustainable over in making millions of dollars. So when I started in the beginning, I know people that start, let's say, network marketing or start trading, and they make okay money, 50 grand, 100 grand. They go do something else, and then do something else, and they keep jumping from something to something. And you gotta understand that you're trying to manage a lot of things. So when I tell people, listen, focus on one thing that you can make over $1 million, and then move on to something else. then make $1 million, then move on to something. Because anything that you can scale up to $1 million, a lot of the times you can systemize. You can have it, kind of working for you. You may not keep making $1 million, but you'll be up there. You won't lose half your income, right? You'll probably be at least at $500,000 a year, but you can scale something else, and you can keep scaling and scaling and scaling. And just people do too many things all at once.
I actually noticed you've done this.
Yeah.
You did that. You made sure you were good in your business.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had 100, 200K coming in every month.
Yeah.
And then you went to the media company, the restaurants.
We own what, 7 companies right now?
That's a lot, man.
7 companies, man. 7 companies. And, a lot of these companies are averaging, one of them is millions of dollars. Even the restaurant is technically making over $1 million, but restaurants, it's not the same thing as that's the other thing.
Just so you know, I've been a customer in 4 of Rakan's businesses at this point.
You know what Rakan does the best? He does a business that's gonna affect other people.
Yes,
it's
like
help. It's all
these guys,
the
because it was my issue
so
though. Okay, so here's how we opened the social media company. I had issues with social media. Yeah. I was sick of looking for people, man, that were not good, that was overpaying, and I was waiting and hoping for something so I'm like, okay, well, rather than waiting and hoping, let me find something. In North America, it's too expensive.
100%.
You get a guy there was a guy that was telling me, he's like, yeah, I charge $4,000 a month. For what? And I understand that's his value. It is what it is, but $4,000 a month, man, you really need to be making $40,000 a month to pay this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, what if a guy that's making $10,000 a month? This is why you do overseas, right? So we have the best quality. I truly believe better than here.
I truly
right. And this video is edited by that company, right? And all the reels on TikToks are edited by that company, and we get it for way a cheaper price. We're talking almost a little bit more than half the price that you get outside.
And we're not saying that we're underpaying them.
No.
Rakan is paying them
they're
very
rich
well
out there. They're rich out there with the bonuses that they're getting, and based on the work, we have a compensation plan for how much. The more you work, the more you make money.
Yeah. Let's just say they make doctor salary.
Some of them they're making more than doctor salary, right? And they're happy, man. They're happy. We on Eid and stuff, we send them extra cash, and they're absolutely loving the company. They're loving the atmosphere. We have a high standard, yes, but because we have good clients, and we want to keep these good clients. But listen, you give me some good work, I'll pay you some good money.
How much do you think I have to be averaging in one of my income sources to go to the second one?
$1 million.
A year?
$1 million a year, yeah, absolutely. $1 million a year. Then you move on. The one thing until you make $1 million, and then you move on. Now, if you feel like it's almost impossible to grow to $1 million, first of all, you're in the wrong business, right? If something is really hard to scale to over $1 million, you're in the wrong business. I feel like, but scale it as much as you can, then move on, right? But as much as you can does not mean it's 1 year. Scaling as much as you can, you need half a decade. Damn. That's when you know you've maxed. I've been doing online business for half a decade now, right? And I know I haven't even started. I haven't touched the service. I know we can grow bigger. I know there's more, but I've scaled it to make, not in revenue making $1 million, I'm talking in net profit to my pocket over $1 million. Sales, we're talking millions of dollars.
Sales,
millions of dollars.
Sales minus expenses equals profit.
Right.
Yeah. And we're talking online businesses, scaling online business, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much easier.
That was the thing. The restaurant kind of came in as an investment, but kind of like it's my vibe, right? Arabic restaurant, shishas.
Use the code. You have a code, promo code, or not yet?
Code, there's no promo codes.
How many Arabic restaurants for you to give up your online business?
Never, man. No.
20.
It doesn't give you the same fulfillment. It does not.
Armin, you know that Rakan wakes up in the morning and with 7 businesses in mind, you know what he thinks of with the first. Yeah. My online business. The first thing. The main thing is the main thing. How do I help more people? How do I service more people? How do I help my team? How do I build more leaders? How do I help more customers? How do I make the systems better? We have served so many people. We stay up till myself, Armin, and Rakan stay up till late, man. After dark. Yeah. After dark.
Really after dark.
Helping, trying to make everything better for everybody. And it's, it's paid off. Yeah. And it's paying off.
And it will keep paying off. 100%. And I this is why I tell people, man, you provide as much value, and the universe will find a way to pay you.
Pay you back.
Yeah. A couple more questions for Rakan before we wrap up. We're talking a lot today earlier about you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
Rakan does like things in 24 hours that I don't know, like people can't do in weeks. I can edify you all day, but how do you balance, especially when you're trying to build something big? I'm not talking about average. I'm talking something big. How do you balance all aspects of life, social life, business life, family life, girl drama? Because, drama happens.
A lot.
How do you deal with the headaches, the stress, the pressure? Okay. And how do you harmonize all of that?
So let's talk about the 4 things that are very important to me. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. Right? I learned this from Time Lopez. Health, wealth, love, and happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness. And, the first comes your health. And health doesn't, absolutely working out. But working, like for me, working out is seasons. Right? We were talking about this today. I have seasons that I'm just in the gym, like just bullying. There's some seasons that I'm just focused on something else. At this season in my life, very focused on my business, and eventually, the other season will come through. So health comes, and then after wealth comes in, so your businesses, and then it comes love and happiness comes. Now love doesn't mean that your lover or your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife. I'm talking just love in general. Love of your people, love of your teams, love of your family. And let's talk about family. And listen, the best thing I've ever done is I sat my family down. I'm like, listen, I want to be able to change your life. I want to be able to help you, but you need to help me in the same thing. I don't want you guys to guilt me about my business. I don't want you guys to ask me for a day off because I don't believe in days off in the beginning. I just don't. Not in the beginning. This word balance is a fallacy, is fugazi. It does not exist in the beginning, 100%. Right? And all these self-help gurus that never built a business that makes $1 million, they believe in taking time off every other 2 minutes. Right? I don't really believe in that, especially until you get your business ground up. You can work and take 2 days off. That's cool, but I'm talking you want to make an impact. You want to build a business. I don't believe in balance, or I believe in balance in longer terms. So balance, people think it's like a daily balance. So every day I got to do this, and that's balance, or every month, or that's not true. My balance is, hey, this first 5 years of my life, of my business, right? I really focus on the business. Like I went in. Last month, I went to 9 countries, bro. I traveled, right? My parents did not see me this whole year. But when I'm home, I'm home. When I take my family, I'm taking my family, right? I can turn off my phone for a month. I promise you, I will still make the exact same money. I'll take my family anywhere in the world, and will never talk about money because I know money is not a subject no more. And because I sacrificed my time with them in the beginning, this led me to this. A lot of people, they're not sitting down with their people, with their girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband and wife, or family, and telling them, listen, one, I'm doing this for you, so please help me sacrifice. I'm doing this for both of us. I want to be able to help both of us. So let's sacrifice some time together. Let's not do chilling this year. Let's just not. I can see you guys once a week for a couple hours, but I have to go back to work. I have to keep working. I have to keep my head in the ground, and I have to be able to provide for you guys. The money that I'm making in the beginning, I can't give it to you guys because I need to put that money into my business to get it bigger, to expand, right? So I can compound, because compounding comes in 2 ways. It doesn't come in only in compounding money. You can compound your effort. I'll never forget this day. My mentor came up to me, Rakan, compounding will make you, because one of these guys is a billionaire. It's like 3 things, Rakan, 3 things that will change your life, that changed my life: leverage, compounding, and knowing how to invest, right? And when I asked him about compounding, he said, Rakan, compounding, because I thought, I'm like, well, the same. Well, why you mentioned investing? Why we're talking about compounding? He's like, compounding, I'm talking about effort. So you're compounding your effort over time, right? And it just has its own leap. So I told my family I have to compound my effort right now. I have to be compounding my work, and at one point, it'll kick off, and that's kind of what happened. So after now that, I made the money that I made, and I'm helping family the way that I have it, I'm able to help people around me. Everybody in my family is doing the same thing that I'm doing. Everybody. And we'll have an episode only for them. We'll have
the Khalifa.
We're gonna have I have my younger sister which is borderline a millionaire. And then I have my younger brother just started kind of with us, and
she's a millionaire just in designer clothes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Definitely a millionaire.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we, we'll have a session, and it is what it is. Like it's. You know what? Just guys, I will have an episode with my dad, just me and my dad.
Does your dad speak English?
Yeah.
Fluently?
Like Habibi style.
I want to sit there and watch.
Habibi style.
Habibi style. Yeah, he gets it. He came and he just, man, my dad is my hero. Yeah. Absolutely. This guy is a legend, man.
And everything we're doing is so we can be a hero as well.
Yeah.
For the next generation.
I agree.
I think the key word that Rakan was saying, when you're trying to build something really big, balance is a fallacy for sure. And I think the right word instead of balance is harmony.
Yeah.
Everything has to click together, and if there's the wrong piece in that puzzle, everything might fall apart, or everything might shift you away from your goal. It could be one person, it could be an obstacle, it could be a thing, it could be mindset problem. Everything has to work together, and you're 100% right. Whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, mom, dad, friend, everything has to click if you want to build something big. You know what I mean? Armin, you got something to say?
No, I just...
You like it?
Here's my argument, though. Yeah. I don't want to start this.
Yeah, you should. Some controversy.
Bro, it's good that you guys are saying no, this, that, because I haven't seen my family for a long time. Right?
Yeah.
I believe in living your life as you're doing this too, though. You're like, I want to see my parents a couple hours a week, this, that. But I think there will be a day you'll be like, I wish I saw them more.
Yeah, but
so that balance has to be there. You
just gotta understand how balance is. I agree with what you're saying, and I'm with you because you can lose your parents anytime. But there has to be some sacrifice, man. Some sacrifice. That doesn't mean not seeing them. Doesn't mean just never talking to them again. Just some sacrifice, bro. There has to be, for you to get to the next level, something has to be sacrificed.
But with you, I see, bro, you work a lot. Like, you work. You're like, I don't have time for chit-chat. I work.
Yeah, but with my family, man, I religiously see my family weekly. Weekly. And I see my mom multiple times a week because she comes over to my place. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not that, and I'm a big fan of not just immediate family and outside of family. Right, uncles, aunts, but I'm still connected to everybody. So as I said, it's understanding how the idea of you having a system. So I know when I'm around my family, I might as well call the entire family just so we're So I tell my dad, call my aunts on a group call. So now I'm checking on all of them. Call my mom, call my uncles. I can check on all of them because I want to be able to to just keep. Just show the family that I'm still around. Don't worry, I'm not a guy that I will never forget. Money will not change me. And I think for another episode, we'll talk about that because I feel like we've dropped a lot of things on this episode. But there's another episode though. We have to talk about how money changes people. Yo, I've seen people cut off their own families.
Yeah.
Like if your family's doing you the wrong way, I understand. But there's some families that's trying to protect you.
Yeah.
And you're trying to cut them off. I just think that's.
My parents told me don't get into trading this, that.
Which is why my parents were in the beginning they weren't supportive, right? And I don't let them. Yeah, exactly. I don't let them get into my ears, but
because trading and investing is a new game.
Yeah.
And what they teach you in school is not it's an old game. The online world's changing so fast. You got to get the latest and greatest information.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think that was a long episode.
That was my friends, my family. I hope. Listen, I actually really enjoyed this episode.
I've been enjoying.
Like this
is really it felt like 10 minutes. I know.
Yeah, it really felt like 10 minutes. With that being said, my friends, my family, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're liking, subscribing.
Are we doing an episode 2 giveaway?
Dog.
Yes. Let's do giveaways for the first 5 episodes.
Sure.
Okay. So the second episode giveaway. So make sure you guys go to the description. It'll be down there. But you guys need to share this with 2 individuals.
Ooh.
Subscribe. And we'll choose 10 lucky individuals. 2 individuals get $250 each in Bitcoin from Rakan's account. And
joint account.
And then the rest 8 get full merch, full GC merch, our team merch. And it's sick. We'll probably give them a picture.
All right, my friends. Let's rock and roll that. Make sure you are following the descriptions. I appreciate you guys for watching this episode. Let us know what you guys like for us to speak in the comments as well, and anything, just drop it.
Yeah, any guests?
Any guests? We'll have on our Instagram. We haven't opened our Instagram, but whenever we open our Instagram, just make sure you're doing that, and we're gonna have a lot of guest speakers. So with that being said, my friends, episode 2. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.